Let me tell you something most guys never realize until it's too late. The moment you start chasing her, something shifts. Not just in her, but in you, because when you're chasing, you're no longer choosing. You're convincing. You're trying to prove your worth instead of knowing it. And the truth is, the guys who get chased, they don't play games. They simply master one thing. They know when to let go, not out of spite, not to manipulate her, but because their self-respect is louder than their fear of losing her. So today I'm going to talk to you like a brother. This isn't about tricking her into chasing you. It's about becoming the kind of man she can't help but be drawn to. It starts with knowing your value, Nick, and walking away from anything and anyone who doesn't recognize it. Let's get into it. Point 1, letting go is the ultimate display of strength. There's this belief that holding on shows love, but for men like us, letting go is actually the proof. See, when you hold on to a woman who's unsure about you, you're sending one loud message. I don't trust that better's out there. But when you release her, where does you know? Especially when she's being distant, inconsistent, or half-hearted, it shows that your dignity isn't for sale. You don't need her attention to feel whole. You don't need her replies to validate your presence. And that energy, that calm indifference, it's magnetic. Because while other guys are trying to impress her, you're the one guy who's willing to walk with peace in your eyes and power in your silence. That's the kind of man she remembers. Point 2, her interest peaks when yours withdraws. Most guys make the mistake of thinking more interest equals more effort. They think, if I just show her how serious I am, she'll finally come around. But women don't respond to pressure, they respond to space. When you start pulling back from a woman who's not fully in, something happening, she starts to feel the gap, and if she has any real attraction, she'll lean in to close it. See, attraction isn't built through words. It's built through mystery. She's more intrigued by your absence than your attention. So when you step back, you're giving her room to wonder, to miss, to reflect. And that curiosity, it pulls her in way faster than chasing ever could. Point 3, energy doesn't lie. She feels when you've detached. Even if you say nothing, even if you block her or disappear quietly, she feels it. Women are emotionally intuitive. They don't need a paragraph to know something's shifted. And when your energy truly detaches, not bitter, not angry, just clear, it sends a signal louder than any words. It says, I've reclaimed myself. That emotional shift flips the script because suddenly she's not the one being observed. She's the one observing. She starts to replay the moments. She starts to question why you're so calm. And most importantly, she realizes the emotional power she once held over you is gone. That's when the chase begins. Point 4, you teach her how to treat you by what you walk away from. Every time you stay when she's inconsistent, you teach her that your time is optional. Every time you double text when she ignores you, you teach her that your value bends. But when you walk away from a woman who doesn't meet your standards, that's when she sees the line. Not a threat, not a punishment, a boundary. You're not begging her to change. You're showing her that your love is too expensive to be mishandled. That's self-respect. That's what she remembers. Not the gifts, not the compliments, but the moment you chose peace over pursuit. That's when she either rises to meet your worth or falls away knowing she couldn't match it. Point 5, you become more desirable. When you're unavailable, there's something powerful about a man who's just out of reach, not because he's playing hard to get, but because he's busy becoming. He's locked into his vision. He's building his life, chasing purpose, mastering his craft. That kind of man doesn't need attention. He earns respect. And women, they're drawn to that because while boys compete for women, men attract them by becoming too focused to notice the noise. So when you let go of the woman who didn't value you, you didn't lose her. You made space for the woman who will. And in the process, you became the kind of man she now regrets drifting from. Point 6, walking away isn't the end, it's the shift. A lot of guys think walking away means it's over, but in reality, it's just the beginning. It's the shift from desperation to dignity, from needing her to leading yourself. And here's the beautiful part. Once you've walked away with peace, there's no version of her return that throws you off. If she comes back, you're not shaken. If she stays gone, you're not bitter, because you've already won the battle, the one inside your own mind. Walking away isn't about her missing you, it's about you finally meeting yourself. And when you become that man, solid, unshakable, grounded, she'll feel it in ways you'll never have to explain. Let her go, and in doing so, you'll become the kind of man who doesn't chase, but gets chosen. Not because you begged, but because you became a magnet. If you felt this one, drop the word magnet in the comments. Because that's what you are now, powerful, steady, and pulling everything that's real directly to you.